Welcome to Breaking Bread Infinity Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Moni Love, and this is
EJ, your other host.
Yeah, and we're here to talk about community. As you can see on our t-shirts, and today, by the way, first day of Kwanzaa, the word is emoja. The word emoja means what?
Unity.
Unity. And that word is spelled in community. The word is spelled in community. So unity, being one with each other, coming together in situations. We're in unity right now, right?
Yeah.
Two of us. Yeah. If you want to get one of these fresh t-shirts, represent your community, hit us up.
Check us out.
Yeah, we got you.
Hit us on YouTube or Instagram, TikTok. It'll come real soon.
Yeah, we're here to talk. We're here to talk real talk. Stuff that people sometimes don't want to talk about. The good, the bad, the ugly. But with all that said, we still want to be solution finders. We are not here to harp on the negative. We are here to be positive people in the community. Focus on things that make things right, not just for you or me,
but for y'all.
Everybody. We want everybody to have everything. Really. Why can't we? We deserve that. We earn that. We're humans. We're all humans, and we deserve to have justice. We all deserve love. We all deserve to be one with each other. So to create a lot of equity.
Community equity.
To create that, you need resources. Because not everybody is on the same platform.
Is it on your mind, baby?
It has been resources. You?
Where that thought came from?
Well, mainly because of the work that I do with children in foster care. That work exposes, for lack of a better word, it really does expose where our community lacks resources, where we could be more strong to help families grow better. So we all know if you're a good human, if you're a good neighbor, if you treat those the way you want to be treated, we have a better chance of thriving together, not just as one individual, but as a community. We're
stronger together. Once I know that we're stronger together.
All the time. So if you have the luxury of living, working, and fellowshipping in a community that creates a surrounding that has value systems that create a place where you can thrive, I mean that's on point. I think I live and work in a community that helps me thrive. I think my neighbors are great. I'm in my backyard right now, by the way. It's a lovely backyard, but my neighbors are great. They would bring me food if I was sick. They would help me with my car if I needed. I mean, they just are tremendously helpful to me. And to live in a community where people help each other like that is what we need to echo and vibrate amongst other people. But unfortunately, what tell me about your community? You're in Ruston, right?
Yeah, so my community, I'm in Ruston right now, which is Louisiana. Yeah, Grambling, y'all know about that. Uptown to like Shreveport area. And that community, it's on a college campus. We got resources. We're on a college campus. For me, if I need help with studying, I need help with books. I'm about to graduate in February. At the end of February, let's get it. Let's go. We'll wait for that. But yeah, any type of resources that I need, I try to get. I ask my teachers. They have counselors there. There's student career fairs. There's a different avenues that I could take. And one thing I use is like one of resumes. So they have a career fair and career counseling if you ever need anything like that, where they'll check your resume and help you break it down. And they really go through a process and just make sure you have everything in line. So as far as resources on my college campus is there, it's available. You just have to look for it, know where it's at, and be able to accept it.
However, but there's certain moments where you find that it's not totally everywhere.
It's not. Like
so
on
say
campus?
for instance, you had a weekend where you had no money and no food. What would you do?
I help with my friends.
Hopefully, your community will help you eat. But
I help with my friends. Okay.
But what if they didn't have no food to eat?
My friends not cook.
Oh, okay, so you're gonna mooch off somebody?
No, my friends not cook. I got no money, no nothing.
Right.
What
if you ain't no friends either?
I got nothing on me. You got nothing on you. then yeah, you kind of in the loop. As far as
Is there a
campus,
community kitchen? Is there a free food place around that someone in
there's
a bad situation could look for food?
there's one spot we have a pantry on campus. So this is something very new. We have a pantry that they just created probably 2 3 years ago that I know of, where you could come in and get free food on certain days. So people, we have alumni and different teachers and faculty that donate to this pantry where a student could come in anytime, whenever,
When it's
during,
open?
yeah, when it's over during certain hours. They come in, grab food, whatever they want.
No questions asked. They didn't have to like prove that they have an empty refrigerator or have no money. They just, if they're
No,
hungry, they can go there and
no,
get some food and
no.
eat.
I went in there a couple times already.
Mhm.
Me and my friends actually went in there. We got some food. It's not, sometimes it's good food. It's had like, they had chips, they had beans, they had real stuff you could store for a long time. So going there really helped me, I guess, with my situation. Just having make sure I got food in the house all the time, especially during the weekends when like the kitchen's closed and
All
the
right,
campus
when
closed.
things around campus close, and
Yeah.
I
So
mean Chick-fil-A and all of the places are wonderful to eat at, but sometimes you can't afford to
not every
eat,
night you try your
Chick-fil-A
best.
every day. Or
You try your best
shout
and
out to Chick-fil-A, we love Chick-fil-A.
you try your best. And then it's all about like I said, help you. Like I help all my friends out. So if they need some help, they hit me up whenever. And if I ever need some help, I call them. And just go back and forth. It's never
Mhm.
like one favor. I'm expect to get this. I expect to get that. It's like nah. Like, yo, I'm gonna help you out. I know you got my back, and I'm gonna help you out. You got my back. So that's how I look at it. So I don't. It's not mushing off people. It's just more like it's there's times when you're down. I'm gonna help you out. There's times when I'm down, and
Well,
I
that's the
want you to help me
definition of
out.
community. That's what you should do for your neighbor. You should
Right.
treat them the way you would want to be treated, and so on and so forth. So let me ask you this: being a young adult about to graduate and leave school,
But
you've been on campus for
Gen
a while.
Z, kind of.
Yeah.
I'm
What
like millennial Gen Z. I'm
So
right
the
there on the
freshmen
edge.
coming in, what resource did a freshman need now that you have the opportunity to look back on it? What did that freshman need, your freshman self need as a resource to be better in school?
My freshman, as a freshman coming in,
Yeah.
that freshman coming in is well. Look,
No
uh,
parents, you're just out there.
you got so at most college campuses, most I am say all got a card where you can just swipe and go into the caf and there's food right there. But you do pay for that. It's in your tuition. You can opt out if you want to. If, some people can afford it, some people not. Some colleges like mine, I don't think mine. No, mine is if you're on campus, you have to have a meal plan. That's so you can't eat at any time. So
Anytime, even 3 o'clock in the morning?
not anytime, but whenever the cap is open, you could just walk in, get food if you need to. That was super helpful. So anybody, they open, now they're not 24/7, but they close around like they open around like what 7.
What
And
place are you talking about?
there's a kitchen on campus.
Okay, so you're talking about food resources at the moment, but what else as a freshman did you think that you need in your community, college community, to help you thrive as far as school, social abilities, laundry? I mean, laundry was a big deal too. I remember
So
back
like,
when.
these are just resources that we had, just on campus. So just getting back to that, just having these resources on hand, having friends, meet people, that's probably the biggest thing. So I feel like with me being on campus, having that I guess kind of sanctuary a little bit, not sanctuary, but having available resources, that was helpful, especially having friends. I have my cousin on campus, so she
That's a
helped me
plus.
helped me
Community,
through it
family.
a lot
Hmm.
my freshman and my sophomore year.
Hmm.
So that's a big one. But like having resources, that's important. That gets us through, everything. And then going back, like these resources could really change a person just having access to them. So you ever struggling and if you need some food, if you need $1, what I mean, you need to get some gas money, you know what I mean? Yeah, I got your back, you know what I mean? But don't ever go to a point where like, okay, now you're losing on people, you taking advantage of somebody.
Right.
Just cause you like, oh, they gonna help me out. I
Just
know I
because
got
they're
it.
nice, you take advantage of them.
Yeah,
No,
so
we're not
don't
promoting that.
No, don't do that. There's no like, yo, I'm gonna help you out because I know I got your back, and you gonna help me out because you got my back. And
Hmm.
that's just through community. Community just having that effect, just saying, yeah, I got you. Like I really got you, and that's a true, and that's a, I just want to see you happy. I want to see you succeed. Cause this in this world is difficult. It's so tough. Like man, we go to like 19 Keys that I was listening to. Like he talk about like change the man, change the environment, you change the man.
Right. Right.
So having that mindset is if you could just have better environments and bring resources to the community, to to the hood, to the suburbs, to where we at, where the community is at, having access to that will help you grow. You know what I mean? If you got access to food, you could plant. You got some seeds. If you know how to garden, you got food, right?
Or you can find somebody who knows how to garden. They can teach you.
Find somebody know
Or
how to
just go to
garden.
YouTube. I mean, it teaches you. Oh, TikTok, right? Don't you learn a lot on
TikTok
TikTok?
too. You got a lot of things on TikTok.
Mm.
Like that's all that
If you
all
have
they
Wi-Fi,
needed.
can you get free Wi-Fi on college campuses?
Students, it's not public.
No, I'm saying it's
Yeah.
free for a student to
Well,
do that.
you pay for it in your tuition. Everything
Mhm,
you pay for in your tuition.
mhm.
But this is part of the resource package, yeah. Just by attending college and going that route,
Okay.
that's just me. But
Say
like,
for instance, I'm sorry to cut you off, but say for instance,
mhm,
I had a younger freshman, say, because I deal with children in foster care. She is coming out of independent living, no
mhm,
parents around to support. Their dream is to go to college or just to reach a next level. Um, what type of resources, not only just on the college campus, but coming just as a 17-year-old, leaving your your comfort of your parents. What type of resources did you find that you needed? Was it a church community? Was it a fellowshipping community? Was it um, clubs and things like that? Just being amongst like-minded or people who share the same values. Did you find that helpful as far as your education, um,
yeah,
finding your classes,
mhm,
just navigating that lifestyle beyond what your parents may have given you, or beyond or parents not giving you? I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
Um, you see what I'm trying to say?
I
I just
got
I just
you.
want you to illustrate how is it that we can be more intentional about putting resources around young people to help them grow. So when they reach the point where you are approaching that mid 20
Yeah,
part of your life,
mhm,
um, you can then turn around and give it right back to the next person coming back in. Because without someone paying it forward, it makes it that much more difficult for you to do it. If someone didn't reach back to me in my 14, 15, 16-year-old self, I don't know if I would have made it in college. And then there was another person who reached back into me in my 20s. And then there was another person who reached back into me in my 30s. And yet again, I stand in my 40s. Yes. 40s. And someone reached back and now taking me and still pulling me. And I think that is so invaluable. It's truly priceless when a community can take hold of you and bring you to the next level. So to your next level. So you can then pay that forward. And I know
right.
there was some hype around the pay it forward movement, but people saw
You
that
got
as a
to.
thing. Nah,
Mhm,
this is something that's ongoing. You can do that. And it's the small things that make that happen. You know what I'm saying? It's the little bits of encouragement sometimes, or just bringing somebody some food every now and then. We have a sick friend right now. She has COVID. Um, and I always ask people, what can I do for you? And because it's always asked to me when I'm in need, what can I do for you?
mhm,
And they receive what I'm saying. So when someone comes to me and say, when I come to that person, excuse me, and say, what can I give to you? What can I do for you, or to help you through this? Can you just bring me some food? Of course, I will do that. So I'm asking you to reach back
mhm.
and what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
rounding back to the
You
question
see,
of
right.
who and what, how's that circumvent for you? And then for those kiddos, those young adults that are coming out of, say, either foster care, coming from their parents' house, just those who are entering their young adulthood, how to navigate that, and then we're gonna go from decade to decade if we have time
Yeah, I
to
want to
go
hit.
into all that. But I want to hit some way.
So from this perspective, this would
Yeah.
be just a freshman or a senior coming out of high school want to go to college in this perspective. So just to touch on that, what you said, if it's a great point, it's a great perspective. So like anybody who out there, young kid, young teen, want to go up, want to go to college. I'll tell you right now, any college you go to, you're going to need. I say first thing first, just see if you know anybody that's going to college that you're already friends with. If you have nobody, you don't know nothing. First thing I say you do, like something I did, is want to join a club. Honestly, like my first. So yeah, I had my cousin when I was in college, and she knew a little bit, but she's also living her life at the same time. She helped me and got me through everything, but I wasn't able to like. I know I couldn't 24/7 be with her.
Right. Right.
She
Right.
got her own. She doing all this. She got classes and all that. She at work.
Mhm.
So what she did for me, I was like, one, she introduced me to a club, and then two, for myself, I talk to people. I socialize. But if you don't like to socialize, I say talk to your teachers. 'Cause a lot of people like the teachers that are cool. There's some cool teachers. You can talk to them like, um, I need this help with this, or if you need tutoring, the
Mhm.
teachers help you out. It's a good one.
Find a smart kid in class.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's always gonna help you.
Mhm.
So I say talk to the teachers. They know what's going on. They're freshmen. We had a FYI teacher, was a fire teacher that basically told us like, what's the ins and outs of school? Like, okay, this is what you need to know. This what we do on campus. This is what we have. This is what's available to you. And this was you could take advantage off of that. Go online, look at the websites. Me, I joined a club. That's my first introduction to like really going big and joining National Society of Black Engineers. That was my big one. That 'cause I met all my friends there. And once I met my friends in there, yeah, it took off from there. I was good.
He was able to form positive
Right. So
relationships.
once that I have friends.
So he
So
created a community, y'all.
yeah.
He went to find one.
So I would talk to people. I had friends. I had people in my class. Everybody in my class is a freshman. So I start conversation with the person next to me, or I find someone who like kind of active in the class already, who's just talking. I make a little joke, whatever, and then we start talking like, "Yo, you gonna get some food? Yeah, let's go get some food." Boom, and then we start talking, start chatting up. Then that's you made a friend. That friend can help you with studying. That friend can help you with just life. They might have some content, or they might have some food or whatever you need, and that just help you get your footing in the door.
Help you do laundry.
Yeah, help you do laundry too. But
Help you navigate
that's
other
your starting point.
friendships.
Yeah. So that for a freshman coming in college, I say join a club
Mhm.
in your class, talk to your teachers in your class, talk to the people in your class because they're going through the same thing you're going to mostly,
Mhm.
right? As far as just it's their first time coming in, they don't know nothing. They just introduce this life. It's a new life. I say try to talk to them and build off of that. You know what I mean? Or you could find people that you just find someone that got common interests. Like, you like playing video games, play video games. You like playing basketball, play basketball. I met a
Common
lot.
interest. That's really good.
You know what I mean? You
Sports,
like
if you're in
drawing,
sports.
draw, cook. You know what I mean? And then whoever's in your major, like that's a big topic. It's like, yo, what's your major? Like, oh, my major is computer information system. I'm like, oh, you CIS? Yeah, I'm CIS too. Like, cool. Like, we're gonna have class together probably. I'm
Mhm.
going to see you again. So that's a good way to just start on. So from that perspective, yes. So like,
Mhm.
we want to touch back like different perspective. How you go to someone who don't have resources and like a parent, who got
Mhm.
two kids, maybe twins, and they just struggling. How you help them out with resources? So coming back to this same question, like how if you got a parent who really got two kids, they're just struggling to read food. They're not in college and nothing like that. But yeah, young parent, what can they do in their community that that get some food?
That is a very good one, especially here. And not only just food, but just community support. As far as
But
if you have a young parent who doesn't have a lifeline,
mhm,
no other resources, um, you want to be first of all loyal. You want to build a trust and a rapport with that person, and let them know that the things that you're going to be doing for that person comes without strings. That you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart, and it is not for something in return. That is first and foremost. And you got to do.
Got my heart beating, my heart.
Yeah. So back to the get back to the parent with 2 kids.
I'm gonna cut that.
So you have a young parent with 2 kids that needs housing, for instance. So you network with people who have housing. There's a program called Unity here that helps with housing. That is a mosquito. But the problem that I did notice, and I'm gonna come back to that family. Just recently, we were working with a family that needed housing. Was recently in a domestic situation where families had to be split apart. And this particular family had a number of kids, more than 5, and we called shelters, called mini shelters. I'm not going to name all of them, but we got no. We didn't have any beds. We didn't have any resources. Those people, these so-called shelters around, that was nice. That was not nice. These shelters around the city could not do anything to assist this family. So basically, they were going to be living in a car with several children because we could not find a place for them to go. Be it there was a bunch of us who put in, and there was a hotel. We got them a hotel. So we couldn't find shelter. So our other community of humans came together, put in some currency,
some funding.
Yes, and put this family in the hotel. Now this family needs a lot of resources because they're financially illiterate. They don't know a whole lot about managing money or navigating a successful, just organizing their life so it can be one that makes efforts for their lifestyle, and for the children that they have,
so they could be successful.
Yeah. So it wasn't working for them. So first of all, you got to have a foundation, right? A foundation. You need to have a place to lay your head. You have to know that you're safe. You have to be in a safe space first. So we got them to a safe space, but this is only temporary. We need something that would be permanent. Been working with them, with Hanno, and that's a whole nother issue. Let me just tell you. And if anybody knows any solutions to working with Hanno, please hit me up, because the other mother that we're talking about with 2 kids, we've been waiting on Hanno for going on 6 months now. 6 months. And she was in the shelter. We got her from a hotel to her own apartment now. She lives in her own apartment.
How y'all did that?
Well, I phoned a friend. I phoned 2 friends. So she's now in, and we got her a job. She works. She put her kids in school. She has a car now. We from phoning a friend with resources, and shout out to Goodwill Industries because they helped a lot. Shout out to One Heart NOLA in this area. They helped a lot. I mean, there was just those shout out to those resources that helped build up this mom and her kids to a place where she is in a safe, stable, loving environment with her children, and she is thriving. She's really thriving.
Did that come from like the people you personally, or just anybody can get the number and call?
Well,
so you kind of have like,
it was both. Okay. So Terry with One Heart NOLA is a beautiful nonprofit organization. They work with community members to help families like the one I'm helping to reach a plateau where they can self-sustain, so they can reach a point where they can then reach back, like we were talking about earlier, reaching back. And so we're going to get these families to that point where they can do that for someone else. And then the barter system is fire. You have to barter. If I may know how to sew, I don't know how to sew, but I'm just using that as an example. If I knew how to sew and somebody needed me to sew 8 kids some clothes, I'm going to do that. And then maybe one day you can come help me babysit or paint or something like that. It's just, you work with what you have to get everybody to a place where you have equal footing, and not only equal footing, but a place where it's Safe. I'm gonna say it again. Safe, loving, caring environments is where we need places of value. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I don't want to live in a place where I have to worry about somebody stealing my bike or breaking into my house or just things like that that throw people off. If you have to sleep with one eye open all night, it's hard for you to focus on what you have to do for your kids. Now, they have super women and men out here who can do that, and more power to you. But not everybody is that remarkable. So we have to be intentional
Helping people.
about helping people.
You gotta help people.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I feel like. And then okay, so I have a pet peeve that I want to throw out there. We don't have enough shelters in the New
Yeah.
Orleans area. We
But
do
why?
not have, but let me tell you this. I met a fabulous woman. She's opening up a shelter in Monroe. She is
Okay.
putting together a woman. No, she just said it was for families. It's the only homeless shelter that I know about on the West Bank. It's the first one I knew about. And I was fussing about these food pantries and refrigerators around the city.
Mhm.
I'm not going to say nothing else about that today. Anyway, we'll be
Well,
doing more of the food pantries, clothing shelters, and things like that. So I'm gonna be working personally with people who have shelters, who want to open their homes or provide resources to shelters. If you want to do that, please call me. I will connect the dots for you. That is my job. I will make sure our community is speaking to one another. If you have something and this person don't,
mhm.
I'm gonna make sure you meet up. If we're gonna do that, because that's what I'm about. Because if I have it and to give and you need it,
Yeah.
here you go.
You take it.
Yeah.
You
And
got
we're gonna
that.
make it work. And it's for the greater good,
Yeah, but
you know?
going back to what you said before, like, what do we don't have that you want to see more of in the community? And this
Besides good people.
is
uh,
just put it on perspective. Like you have a list like this, 5 things you could put count on your fingers. Like what 5 things you say that we just need more of? And then after that, like why do you think we don't have
A.
that?
The letter A. Access. People need access. So if we have, say, free food refrigerators all over the city, but the homeless people who living under the bridge have no idea that that's even over there or even how to get there, how helpful is it to them? And I know that there are people out there who bring stuff to them, but let me tell you something. There are a lot of people who have egos and pride, and there are a lot of people who are struggling on a different level that I don't even identify with. When I was in New York and I was walking down the street and I saw a refrigerator outside of this business, it was plugged in. Said free food. I opened that refrigerator. It had good food in it. It had salad, mangoes, avocado.
Mm.
They had milk, little cartons of milk with the expiration date on it. They had some ham and cheese sandwiches in there. And I looked, and I'm like, man, if I was hungry, this I,
College student,
open
college
and
student, or
open.
or
It was right there. It was right there. And then I walked to the park down the street, and there was some people giving out clothes and food and shoes. I can't speak more about that type of generosity, that type of empathy for those who don't have. Um, I would like to see that happen more in the 504. Um,
you're all around,
I
really,
was there
all
for,
around,
but
not
I
just
was I
here.
was there for 6 days, and I saw it everywhere. I've been here my whole life, and people struggle so much for what? A piece of bread? We
Ain't it
throw away
really?
more food than we need. We need to
But,
the human the human resources around here start with us.
mhm.
They start with us. And if I'm gonna say it until I'm blue in the face, if you have it and you don't need it, we're gonna put you up with somebody who needs it. Building the bridge to make sure our communities have safe, stable, loving, whole families. We can do that one person at a time, one human at a time. We can do that. Y'all, we can do it. We can teach, and there's no reason why we have to pay $5,000 or go $10,000 in debt to learn how to
how to survive,
budget your bills.
how to budget bills, how to manage
Yeah,
the financial. It's all part about resources. Like,
it's access and resource.
so
You
that's
gotta
the
have the
main thing.
access.
So it won't be five things. It'll be one thing, one big thing. Just
It's
having
access.
So just having access just would take you a long way. That'd be some what we need to happen. And why we don't have that here is because we need more education in different areas in the environment. You know, just having that access and having people to teach, having community leaders who want to step up and be like, yo, I want to help this person. I'm gonna get back. I know I'm good, or I know I have enough education in this, and I'm willing to get back. That's enough. You know, you don't need much. Okay, your skills you have now, that's enough to change somebody's life.
Share.
So
share just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
And that's just something.
I don't have a lot, but I share it.
No.
I don't have much at all.
But
I share it.
She got enough to, do what
my parents complain that I give everything away because I can't take it with me, honey. And I don't have a lot. But I feel like if you see someone in need, how could you walk past them? I mean, Michael Jackson said, look at the man in the mirror, didn't he? We have to start with ourselves. And if I'm not going to just preach, y'all, I'm going to practice it. I'm going to do it. If I have it to give, you will. You go too.
You gotta try. So just like come out for a swing. I want mine, like me personally, I don't know. I learned about financials and money management. So I have no problem teaching someone how to use their money, use their resources. I would do that. Just tap me in. I'm with y'all. Y'all need help, let me know. Tap me in. I got y'all. I tell you, I study finance. I study computers as well.
You heard him. Tap in. I like that. Tap me in.
Tap me in.
Who gonna tap in? Tap in, y'all.
Tap in.
Tap in. Tell me how you gonna tap in.
That's how we're gonna do it. And then with that, we're gonna grow. We're gonna build. Cause that's just one part. This is a whole chain of different things I do inside the community, but access is definitely a big one. So just having access to education, having access to food, having access to water, having access to shelter, and then having people who come together as like-minded thinking people to come together and say, hey, I'm down to help y'all out. I'm tapping in with y'all. I agree with the vision. I agree with the mission. And I want to get back. I want to pay it forward to my community. That right there, I'll tell you, group economics.
Woo!
That hit group economics. Woo! I heard about that one.
Y'all heard about it.
That one?
It ain't new.
With that, we're going to be strong.
Yes, we got it.
Guaranteed. We have integrity. We have honesty. We help people.
I think in these last few minutes, we need to talk about the resources that we know that are out there helping people. I mean, Sprout New Orleans.
So off the bat, the last couple minutes, so
they give away free plants, y'all.
We in New Orleans, so resources in New Orleans. We're gonna try to tap in and find more resources.
One Heart NOLA.
But in New Orleans, Sprout NOLA. You can check out the Instagram. They give out free plants and free seeds. Please
teach you how to grow your own food.
Don't be greedy.
Don't be greedy.
Save something for other people.
Yes.
So think about other people, but take what you need
and move on.
And that
and
will last
share.
Share resource. Share education. Education is a big one. One Heart NOLA. That's a big one. I know you got Casa
Jefferson. Hello.
That's a big one.
Volunteer agency.
Breaking Brave, Finney Podcast. We tapped in. Hit us up.
Connect NOLA.
I know you got
Frank Lore over at Lakeview Church. I mean, yes, absolutely beautiful people.
Good time. Tap in, yo.
And if you need help finding resources, we know a lot. We're just not mentioning a whole bunch right here, right now, but we do know some. Just hit us up on IG or wherever Gene EJ tells you to hit us up. We're gonna talk about it. We will connect the dots. I'm gonna
put it on TikTok and Instagram.
We will connect the dots. So anyway,
and that's what we're gonna do. Because we need to put the pieces together. So we're gonna do that.
Yeah, tap in, y'all. Tap in your community. Tap in.
Tap in with us. Tap in your resources, and we're gonna try to change the community one person at a time. It's integrity, helping people, and honesty. With that, you could change the whole community. And I guarantee y'all, like I said, 19 keys, earn your leisure. That's some big people to tap into. I love what they're doing.
Tap into them. Yes, I love what they're doing.
You're gonna learn about finance, EYL, earn your leisure on YouTube. 19 keys, a great mindset person. He helped me out, listen to him a lot. Having these resources online, definitely look up online. If you need a phone or just better Wi-Fi, We could try to find funding just help you get that, help you be better. So you get access to these resources. Like I said, number one thing is access. So please, if you got anything, help us out. Okay?
Right.
We're gonna,
It's been a pleasure.
this is a community podcast. Tell y'all, we're gonna help y'all out one person at a time. You need help, let us know. Tap in with us. And
Or if you want to give help,
there you go.
you want to give help, you want to share the love, let us know. Tap in with us. We got you. We got you.
So we cool.
I'm cool. Morning love.
Breaking Bread 50 podcast. Let's get it.
Let's break bread. Peace.
There y'all.
I'ma meet you at the kickback. Yeah. So we could kick back. Yeah. I'ma meet you at the kickback.